No one saw it coming, but the moment the trailer dropped, everything changed. A single silhouette, a familiar glance, and the world of Heartland was set ablaze. Fans gasped, was it really him? Could Ty Borden, the heart and soul of the series, truly be back in season 19? After years of mourning, series, and holding on to hope, the trailer has ignited the one question that no one can ignore anymore. Has Heartland just pulled off the biggest comeback in its history? Ty Borden's journey was never just a storyline, it was the emotional spine of Heartland. From the moment he arrived as a broken teenager at the ranch, his transformation into a devoted husband, father, and skilled veterinarian captivated millions. His bond with Amy wasn't just romantic, it was deeply spiritual, a connection that grew from shared pain, trust, and quiet strength. So when Ty died suddenly in season 14, it shattered not only Amy's world but also the hearts of fans who had grown up with his presence. For 3 seasons, viewers have watched Amy navigate life without him, raising Lindy, rebuilding herself, and opening up to new beginnings. But through it all, one truth has remained: no one has ever really taken Ty's place, not in the story, not in the fans' hearts. His absence was a presence in itself, and now, just when it seemed like Heartland had moved on for good, season 19's trailer drops a bombshell, a glimpse that looks too familiar to ignore. The trailer doesn't confirm anything outright, but longtime fans know when something feels different: a voice, a shadow, a look in Amy's eyes that tells us she's seeing more than just a memory. The air is thick with clues, and the internet has exploded with speculation. Some say it as a flashback, others think it as a dream, but many believe that Ty Borden is returning not just in spirit, but on screen. If true, this would mark one of the most emotional and unexpected turns in Heartland history. It wouldn't be the first time the show has dealt with grief, healing, or the past coming back to life in surprising ways. And if there's one thing Heartland has always done well, it is blending emotional realism with hope. Ty's return, no matter the form, could serve as a powerful chapter in Amy's healing journey. It wouldn't erase the pain, but it could offer the closure that fans and characters alike have been waiting for. What makes this possibility even more powerful is what has been happening off-screen. Graham Waddell, the actor who played Ty, stepped away from Heartland to explore new paths: personal, creative, and spiritual, but he never fully disconnected from the show. Through podcasts, appearances with co-stars, and interactions with fans, Waddell has kept one foot gently resting at Heartland's door. And maybe, just maybe, season 19 is the moment he chooses to step back through it. As anticipation builds, one thing is clear: Heartland has never been about shock for the sake of drama. If Ty Borden returns, it will be for a reason, a meaningful, heart-wrenching, and possibly healing reason. Whether it is a vision, a dream, or something more tangible, this season has the potential to rewrite not just the story, but the emotional core of the series. And fans, old and new, are holding their breath for answers, as whispers of Ty Borden's return echo louder with each rewatch of the trailer. Fans find themselves torn between disbelief and desperate hope. For years, they've held on to fragments, interviews, behind-the-scenes comments, and theories that refused to fade, and now, those fragments are starting to look like puzzle pieces coming together. But the question remains: if Ty is truly back, how will the show handle it without undoing the impact of his death? Heartland has always honored its emotional truths. When Ty died, it wasn't just a plot twist, it was a painful, life-changing moment for every character, especially Amy. She didn't just lose her husband, she lost her partner in dreams, her anchor, and the father of her child. The writers didn't rush her healing. They allowed her grief to breathe, to ache, and to slowly shift into something softer. That is why, if Ty does return in season 19, it can't simply be for shock, it has to matter, and that is exactly what fans are counting on. Some believe his return might be through an emotional flashback, a forgotten memory that reveals something new about his final days. Others think Amy, now caught between the past and a new relationship with Nathan, might experience a vision, one final goodbye that helps her truly move forward, a moment of peace, a whisper from the past that gives her the strength to embrace the future. After all, the deepest grief often doesn't fade until we find closure. And if any character deserves that closure, it is Amy. But there is also a growing theory that goes beyond dreams and flashbacks. A quiet but passionate part of the fanbase believes that Ty never truly died, or at least not in the way it was Sean, the thriller as mysterious editing has only fueled this speculation. Could there have been a cover-up, a twist no one expected? It seems wild, almost impossible. Yet, in the world of television, where emotion meets imagination, stranger things have happened. Heartland has always stayed grounded in reality, but even reality has room for surprises. Graham Wardle's potential return raises questions beyond the screen. What changed? Why now? His years away from acting were filled with personal growth. Through his podcast and quiet time out of the spotlight, Wardle explored healing, spirituality, and purpose. Perhaps now, he feels ready to revisit the role that changed his life and the lives of millions, not to restart Ty's story, but to give it one final, unforgettable chapter. Whatever form his return takes, the impact is already felt. Social media is buzzing. Fan pages are flooding with series, excitement, and emotional tributes. It is more than just the return of a character, it is the return of a feeling, that deep, unshakable connection fans have with Heartland, with its message of love, loss, and healing. Season 19 promises to be more than just another chapter. With the possibility of Ty's return, it becomes a turning point, a bridge between what was and what could be. For Amy, it might be the moment she finally makes peace with her past. For fans, it is a reminder that some bonds never break, even when they seem lost forever. And as we wait for new episodes to air, one thing is certain, the thriller has done more than tease a twist. It has reignited the spirit of Heartland, the spirit of hope, of love that doesn't end with goodbye, and of stories that stay with us long after the screen goes dark. Ty Borden may have left the ranch, but his story might not be over just yet. Ty Borden was never just a character, he was a symbol of strength, healing, and quiet love. His journey from pain to peace inspired millions, and his loss left a space no one else could fill. But maybe that is the beauty of Heartland, it doesn't try to replace what is gone. It simply holds it close and finds ways to grow around the grief. If season 19 truly brings Ty back, even for a moment, it won't just be for shock or drama, it will be a gift, a reminder that love leaves a mark, and some connections never fade no matter how much time has passed. For Amy, for Lindy, and for every fan who has held onto hope, this could be the closure we didn't know we needed, and maybe that is what Heartland has always been about, not just the horses or the ranch, but the deep, human stories of letting go, holding on, and finding the courage to live again. So as we step into a new season, let us carry Ty's story with us. Let us remember what he stood for: love, loyalty, and growth. And whether this is a final goodbye or a beautiful surprise, one thing is clear: Ty Borden's heart still beats through every frame of Heartland. Stay with us, the story isn't over yet.